brought up the domestic violence because you've sent these tweets to the people you've sent them about. That's why I brought that up.
Okay, and I answered your question.
Okay, so and then when I said, okay, well, who did you say about these tweets to? You said, do I want you to go through every joke you've ever made? When this space is clearly about the topic of the tweets you were making in
Okay,
general
no,
about black
I
women.
did not. I never made a domestic violence joke to Rihanna to her face. So where are we going? And I don't think
Okay,
that's anti-black because I don't think domestic violence is specifically to black people. I think that's a very weird,
okay. So
weird,
can I
weird,
expound on that? Can I
weird
expound
fucking
on
thing to
that?
say.
Can I expound on that, please,
Go ahead.
if you don't mind?
I
So
get at
I
it.
don't know if you kept up with the history of when black women, especially black famous women, accuse other black men of things like domestic violence and sexual assault. You can take a look at the Meg Thee Stallion situation as the most recent indicator. And when black women bring that up, or accuse people, a lot of anti-black tropes get brought up, and they are less likely to believe compared to their white counterparts. So saying stuff like, "Oh, ever since Rihanna got hit, it's like she could do whatever she wants. She done dated
Okay.
10 guys and nobody brings it up." Like,
All right.
you don't think that's weird?
You should look up because I know everyone's looking everything up. You should see in your research where I stand on the Meg Thee Stallion Tory Lanez side.
I never said you had it. I never talked about your specific opinion. I
It's
brought
like,
it up on expansion of when black women accuse, especially other famous black men, of domestic violence and sexual assault, how they are less likely to be taken serious as their white counterparts.
who's disagreeing with that?
You, the one that said why? Well, what was the correlation between domestic violence and being anti-black? Didn't you just ask me that and tried to
Yeah,
call me a weirdo for correlating the two?
yeah, because I don't think that domestic violence is specific to black people.
I was talking about Rihanna and the specific situation
I
about
know,
Rihanna's
I know
domestic violence
exactly what you were
case.
talking
Who
about.
is a black woman, right? Black woman, right? And who
Yes,
has been who was
she was
fucking
assaulted. Yes,
crucified over her assault, and even to this day, people crucify her over that. So that's why I brought that up. I don't know why you're trying to throw this like, oh, that's very fucking weird that you said domestic violence is specific to
no,
black people
because
because
you
I
said it
never said
was. You said the tweet was anti-black. I'm
I
not
said there's
defending.
some
I'm
sort of
not defending
anti-black
the tweet.
tweets.
I'm not defending the
The
tweet.
tweets,
I'm saying
plural,
that you're
multiple of
saying it was
them.
anti-black, and I'm saying I don't think domestic violence has anything to do with black people specifically.
Okay,
I think
so I
domestic
put the
violence
domestic
is a
violence. I'm
and
talking
female
specifically
specific
about
issue.
how when black women bring up accusations of domestic violence and sexual assault, how they're less likely to be taken
Oh,
serious,
I know,
and
I agree
how
with you
they
there.
are.
I definitely
Okay, so
believe that black women are, but
we
I
can
don't
say
think
how
it's a
someone tweeting, oh, ever since Chris Brown hit Rihanna, it's like she can do whatever she wants. She's dated 10 guys now and nobody cares. You see how that can kind of fall into that line of thinking?
I'll have to reread the tweet, but based off what you said, maybe I'll double down and say nobody took Rihanna seriously.
Okay. We got
Okay.
Roger
like,
who's
maybe I'll double down on that in 2025 and say, yo, nobody took Rihanna seriously whatsoever.
I was just asking.
Like
The Rihanna
maybe I was
question
actually
was
making a
mainly,
point.
okay.
I don't know what
I
her
don't want
dating history has to do with her getting hit,
Dodger. I
but
got Dodger on stage. She's had her hand up for a while.
Yes, yes. Hi, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Thank you for allowing me to jump up. I just got a quick question. So, Rory, you had made a tweet that said Kendrick is attracting a lot of light skinned women to his concerts or something like that. Can you
Okay.
expound on that?
I don't have much to expound on that.
What do you mean?
What year was it?
Let me see here. I actually screenshotted this one. Let's see. And I hate that we got to give you like, the
I don't have,
breakdowns and the timelines of
no,
what you said.
that's totally fine. I'm one of
This is terrible.
I'm one of the few
This is
people that
this
will
is
address
2011.
any
This
last
is
thing you said since
2011.
they was a kid.
It says
I'm
2011.
not one of y'all one of y'all that run away from this shit.
But no,
Anything I
but
say,
you,
I will fucking stand on or explain it. Like,
sorry, I'm sorry. I thought I had the floor.
oh, I'm sorry, I
I had the
apologize.
floor.
That
Said
he
it's
Do
that
you think
that
that's a
interesting.
he
I
weird
want to
tweet?
know what's interesting too.
Do you think that's a weird tweet? First, let answer that. Do you think that's a weird tweet for someone to say?
uh maybe
Thank you. Thank you. Let's get somewhere. We getting somewhere. All right. So,
maybe
all right.
I don't know. Maybe
All right,
maybe I
we
just
getting
thought
somewhere. Oh, so now you
maybe
got
I
to
just
answer. I
saw
want to hear the
Kendrick
answer.
at his Section 80 show and was like, damn, it's a lot of light skinned women
Right,
in here.
right. And what made you? What just? Damn, it's a whole lot of light skin. Well, what made you say light skin and then tweet that? Like, of all the hues that would have been in that concert, what would make you like? What would make
Mm.
that stand out to you?
You said what was 2012?
Hey, man,
I
you
can't tell
tweeted
you
it, cuz.
exact. I can't tell you exact. No, I agree with you. I'm stand. That's why I'm on this space. Everyone is telling me not to be on this space. Everyone has been texting me,
But
calling me,
hey, hey,
get the fuck
this
out of here. I'm
does
here
not
to
mean.
address
But you're
everything.
not taking
At a set.
accountability.
I
I
don't
want you
know.
to know this, Rory.
Maybe
You
in
aren't taking
2012.
accountability though, and I
I
want you
didn't
to know
wait.
that you are not
Wait,
taking
hold on.
accountability. You're just standing there. You know, you're just kind of like standing here, and you kind of like got that little weird little smile that the white man give you when he's still gonna call 911 on you, and you like,
You
hey,
said you
bro,
saying I have the
shit.
Ryan Gosling smile?
No, he. I don't. I consider him blacker than you. No shade. So he was. You know, no shade. But also one more
That
question. One more
that was
question. One more
that was a
question.
triple entendre.
Okay. So to the other girls, I mean to your black friends and the black women in your life and the girls just on the panel,
Well,
etc.
I was still trying
I
to be on the
I
Kendrick
know that they
question that you
respect
had,
you.
but go ahead.
You said you didn't know the contest. You kind of gave up on that one. But
No, I
you
just
said
didn't
maybe.
know. I
You
wanted to
said it
talk
would
more
be
about it.
weird. Okay, well give me some more because I'll say my question. Give me some more. What you think?
I'm not sure. You said it was 2012.
Yeah, it was about 2012.
Okay, so that would probably be the SOB's section 80 show, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, maybe I was surprised at the crowd.
At the crowd being light skinned women.
Sure.
All right. So that's weird, right? And you admitted that that's a weird thing to point out, and that's a weird thing to state, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. So, and also, my thing is, also, I want to acknowledge the women who also, you know, are in your life, and the ones that say they know you, and if they didn't know you,
He's laughing because he thinks the shit is funny.
I'm not worried about that. Because hey, we got it in 4K.
That's
We
fine.
got it in 4K, and unfortunately, black women are actually the main consumers of
I
rap and
agree.
hip hop. So I don't think this is doing you any favors. So you know, but keep it up though.
That's
Keep it up though. But
keep what up?
real quick, real quick. Also to the black women that's in your life and the black women that say, hey, you know, if I didn't know you and read these tweets, you know what I'm saying, I would be offended. I would because I know you. What about the black women that don't know him? What about the black women that went on Twitter today, minding their business, just thought they was gonna have a good day today, and they gotta scroll around to see somebody talking about a black woman look like a roach? What, like,
I
what,
don't think I've
in what
I don't think
capacity?
black
In what
women look like
capacity
roaches,
would does
nor
that
have I
make
ever
it
said that
okay
black women look
for
like
him?
roaches. So that's
For
weird for
him
you.
to be the one, for
I
him
don't
to be
like
the one that
I
gets
don't
this
like
an
when people do
excuse.
this.
I do think that. I
Okay,
do
wait
think.
for clarity, Dodge it 1 second. For clarity,
Yes, ma'am.
black women look like roaches or something like that. You said, are you saying that Rory said that as well?
I'm saying like people should not
I've
have to
never
wake
once
up
said
and
in my
see that.
fucking life that. No,
I do
no,
see it.
this is why I be laughing. Because I've
I
never
do
once
see a
in my fucking
retweet.
life
I
said
do
that.
see a retweet here, but I don't know if that's accurate or not. So I
Of
mean,
course
the
it's not.
retweet is here from 2014. It
That's why
says it's
you
a
guys are
butt
saying, yo, he's
RT.
laughing.
But
I'm
that's what
finding
I'm
this
saying.
funny because I've
But
never
that's what
once in
I'm.
my life said some shit like that.
But
Y'all
you
are
said
just saying
you
shit that I
admitted to.
said that
Hold
I
on.
never
But you
said.
admitted to. But you did admit to the light skin tweet, and you said because you probably could have been at the Section 80
Okay, all right,
concert.
okay.
So like, what's
Then
going
bring
on
up
here? Are we
then
all keeping up?
okay, let's all keep up then. Why doesn't everyone find all the tweets of me defending dark skinned women? Like what this is where this Twitter shit is so weird
Because
to
Rory, do
me.
you
if
Oh,
think
you think
because
that's
like
what?
Rocky,
this
hey
is
Rocky, can
crazy
you
Ew.
to
keep
me?
going? Rocky,
Like,
you was about to say something, and I would like to hear you because I think you was going to address what I had said specifically. Could you go
Let's
ahead and
hear it.
address that?
Oh no, I wanted clarity on whether that was something that Rory specifically said, but if you wanted me to add on,
Rocky,
whoever's
I have
pushing the
never called a
button.
black woman a roach
I
in
mean,
my
I'm just
fucking
going
life.
by the tweets that's in the
That has never
jumbotron,
happened. It'll
and I'm
never
also
like
going by a tweet that I saw today that like caught me off guard. Like, what you mean? All the he brought all the light skinned women out, and this was like, I mean, to me, I think that that's either telling that you a colorist in some type of way, and that's something
me
that
being a
jumps out to
colorist is
you,
fucking crazy.
or maybe you were trying to like put something out on him in a way and make him have his demographic look a certain way. It's very it's very shady in all capacities. But regardless of that, there was other comments, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all just said the Beyonce shit. That shit offensive as fuck. That shit is offensive. The Rihanna tweet. That is hella offensive. You don't have to be Rihanna to be offended by this shit. Like we all was there when Rihanna went through what she went through. Like hello. So again, it's about if you got a black daughter, if you got a black baby mama, you living your life like a black man, your mindset seems to be
What?
quite
He can't live
trash.
his
He
life
can't
like
The
a
live his
fuck?
black
life
man.
like a
He
black
No,
man.
can't
That's
do
an
that.
What
insane
the
He
thing to
fuck
can't
are
live
you
his
say.
talking
life
about
like a
right now?
black man. He can't do
see,
that.
look,
Like, yeah,
that's
no, you
look. He
sound
was
insane.
waiting on that. He was waiting on that.
I have a
Thank
question
all you.
though,
Hold on, real quick.
Rory.
Hold on, real quick. But my point is, if you're trying to attempt to do that, you're. I think that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to have these like real nasty, disgusting opinions about black women because you think that that's normal in the black community. That's what I'm saying.
That's
Is
that's
that make
that's what you
sense?
think
Does
of
that
me.
make sense? That's what I think because you're a poser in my opinion, and
That's fine.
posers don't really understand and know what black people actually go through. So that's what
Well,
I
I
was
can
saying.
only be
And again,
empathetic because I'm white. I would never
I think you're
believe
being
that I'm
you're being
black to know
apathetic
what
this
that would
whole
be like.
time. You've been giggling and laughing this whole time because regardless of how if the tweets were
I
even
was
fake or
giggling because you
fabricated or
literally just said I
anything,
called black women roaches.
you
I never called a black woman a
no,
roach
you
in my
were
life.
giggling before then. You were
Like,
giggling about the sex. You were giggling about the light skin comment that I brought up, big dog. Like I
Yeah,
would.
I think
I ain't
it's
come in here
very
to like.
obvious
I ain't come
that
here to lie to
Rory.
you. I ain't come here to. I'm not.
okay, well,
I ain't
do
here
you
to
came in? All
bullshit
right, so
you.
did I call a black woman
I'm
a
a come
roach?
in. I'm a hop in and hop out.
Did I call a black
I'm a
woman a
hop in and
roach?
hop out.
Did I call a black
I
woman a
have a
roach?
tweet right here that says "but retweet," and the retweet says Twitter black girls look like roaches, white girls silence. Black girls are queens. White girls, don't you mean all girls? Regardless, that is weird. I don't care. You shouldn't retweet it. You
The
don't
retweet says
understand.
but dot dot dot. Or
Does
like,
it
do I need to
matter?
explain
You're not,
English to you?
I don't. You should never have to explain English to me because I think the thing is you don't understand that what's offensive at the end of the day and what you shouldn't be speaking on regardless. Just you even I think you saying that you saw all light skinned women in a concert is okay to say and
The
it's
but
not.
dot 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 is saying
It's
that white
not.
women would be that.
You
What the fuck?
but
Like,
you
can you
still but
read?
here you what I'm saying is Rory, is that you have a preconceived notion about black women already. You
What
do.
is my
And it's
preconceived notion? So
apparent
you just
that
you've
to
never
me
met
it
me.
gives
Tell me my
colorists. To me
preconceived
it gives
notion about black
colorists.
women. Come on, no, no, come on, no,
To
no,
me
like,
it gives colorists
no, no,
and
no,
the way
Rocky,
that you've
Rocky,
been
Rocky, Rocky,
responding
Rocky. Mute
and the way that
everything. I
you've
want
been
to know my
responding.
preconceived notion of black
I
women.
don't
I
want to
want
I
to
don't
know
want
this.
Rocky's opinion because Rocky
No, I
knows
said
One
you.
mute.
second.
I'm
I
just
said
trying to
Rocky
tell
One
mute
you
so
second.
how
you
you
could
making
speak.
people feel on
I
the
said Rocky
timeline.
mute so
That's what
you
I'm
could
trying to
speak.
tell you. This is how your tweets are making people feel on the timeline. That's all I'm saying. Like you got to take that. You got to sleep with it. If you here to take
Sleep with what?
accountability, eat it. Like just eat and chill. Like you gonna have to deal with it.
All right. So
And
if
that's all I gotta say. That's
all
all
right,
I
all
gotta say.
right.
But
Peace, 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 peace,
my main
peace.
thing was the Kendrick tweet. Like for sure, that was weird as fuck. And you acknowledged that it was weird as fuck. And thank you for that. Have a great
Rory, what
evening.
would you say to someone that said you maybe fetishize black women? What would you say to that?
I would laugh at them. Um,
Or you would laugh at that?
yeah,
When your tweet says like every black woman secretly like wants to been wanting to or something about want to fuck a white man, you don't think that's a little like fetishizy?
no.
Like what would you call that?
Why would
A
you
back and
assume
forth
this?
joke of kids on Twitter
Okay, so like
with
I said
specific people
earlier.
of a conversation that you guys are just pulling a tweet that has no context.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see no ad names in the tweet. Like, so it just
You
looked
do
like a
know that other
random
people
blank
were on
tweet.
Twitter. It wasn't just me on Twitter.
But it's on
But
your
it wasn't a retweet.
page.
It was a post. It was just a
It
regular
was
post.
your page.
You
I don't
weren't
No, I know
know.
that.
retweeting
I'm
any.
saying, people replied back to each other like on
Yeah, but you
Twitter.
weren't retweeting anybody.
Even
So it
if
wasn't.
you
It
were
was an
replying back,
initial
it would have
talk.
said like, "Oh, this account doesn't exist anymore. This is a
No, no,
suspended account." Like
I
we
think
would
you're
be able to
missing. I
see the
think you're
reply.
missing.
No, Rory, you're making a bad like you're doing a bad job making your point, and you have a point. It's stressing me out. At the
Yeah,
end of the day, what you're trying to say is that Twitter was regional, which
yes,
means the person that
you
you
were
were
tweeting
let me talk.
somebody,
The
and no,
person that you were having a conversation back in the day when you were on Twitter and you were in New York, everybody was tweeting about the same thing. So you could make one tweet, and the person that you were talking about knew exactly what you were talking about because you were only tweeting to the 50 people that you hung out with in New York. Your tweets weren't being seen by people in California. Your tweets weren't even really being seen by people in the Bronx. They were being seen by the people in Queens that know you. That's how Twitter was back in the day. It was very regional, which is the point you're trying to make. So even when earlier when you were saying that Twitter is a private space and everybody's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You didn't add anybody. Back in the day, you did not have to because your tweets were only seen by the people that you follow and who followed you. It was not just public where your tweets were, it's just you would like this tweet or people you might know. It was literally people you follow and who followed you back on Twitter days. That's the point you're trying to make, but you're doing a terrible job at it. So of course the people from 10 years ago don't know the context because you were talking to 7 people at the time who all knew the context and who were all making the same jokes.
Even if the context was about black women wanting to fuck white men, this is just where it's blowing to me. Like, Roy, do you not see how it's like kind of crazy that you felt comfortable enough to like say these type of things and jump in these conversations as a white man? And that's why I said earlier, it's not even half. It's half of the fault of the black people around you who put the battery in your back because you were shimmying your shoulders to make it feel like you had a place or a space or available or like included enough to speak on this. Because I'm black, right? If Mexicans are talking about something that goes in Mexican culture or something like dynamic between Mexican people, it matter if I'm fucking a Mexican man, got kids with him, grew up with him because I grew up in LA. So I grew up with a lot of them. I still don't feel like it's my space or my place to take my black ass and hop in a conversation about Mexican topics or their social dynamics. Like I think maybe that's the disconnect. Do you think how you see how it's kind of crazy that you like as a white man felt comfortable like saying this type of shit? Like, for example, Anthony Fantano got canceled, rightfully so, for making weird racist jokes, right? Rightfully so, he got whacked and canceled because even though he was married to a black woman, that still like I don't know if y'all know this, but dating, fucking, having kids with, and being around black people or other minority groups does not give you like a pass to
I
like
couldn't agree more.
speak on these topics. And
I couldn't
like
agree more.
And
people
yet
from
you still
I couldn't
do.
agree more, and I
so
speak about that
so
also.
do you think how it's kind of crazy? Do you think like maybe when you make these tweets you just felt comfortable because of your proximity to like black people and your black friends or your black romantic partners that it was like, okay, like I have the pass. Like I don't want to say like an
No,
N-word pass because it
I
wasn't
never
that. I know you weren't
once,
saying that.
never once took a pass. Anytime everyone said a pass, I've said no.
No,
So,
I'm not
like,
saying you're
I
taking
think
a
that
pass.
whole
I'm
shit
saying
is weird to me.
I'm just likening it. I'm just likening it to it. Do you think maybe you just were a little too comfortable because of your proximity to black people to like, hop in and say some of this shit? Like, do you think maybe that like that's what was happening? Like you just were too comfortable?
Sure.